afternoon, evening. Welcome to another weekly edition of MBS Connect, Building Stronger Men, Mind, Body, and Spirit. I am Steve Messam, and I would like to thank you for joining me as we discuss topics and issues that impact men today. We have a great topic to share today. Sometime recently, during a career power workshop, we were asked to share our best career advice that we have received to date. When it was my turn to share, I said, the key to a successful career is as easy as pie. Well, not that pie, silly, but as in the acronym for PI, P.I.E Performance, Image, and Exposure. Our topic for today is the Performance, Image, and Exposure Model, a guide to our career and personal management and development. I was first introduced to the PI concept by the book of Harvey Coleman, Empowering Yourself, the Organizational Game Revealed. Harvey basically shared that the key to a successful career is to perform exceptionally well, cultivate the proper image, and to manage your exposure so the right people know who you are. Regardless of your role, whether it's your role on a job, your role as a father, or your role as a spouse, performing your duties exceptionally well, cultivating the proper image of how you want others to view you, as well as managing the exposure to the key people in your lives will definitely help you cultivate the essence of the PI concept and be truly a successful person that you strive to be each and every day. Think of these definitions when PI is mentioned. First, performance, the actual work you do and the results that you deliver. Image, the impressions that others have of you. Obviously, this may differ between person to person. And last but not least, exposure. The people who get to know either your results or your image. Two of the three elements of PI, image and exposure, are from the viewpoint of others that they have of you. Some may think of you as dependable, very smart, and ambitious. Some may take or form a negative image of you, that you're a slacker, that you're unreliable, and that you are untrustworthy. The combination of that image that people have of you, image, and the groups of people that share that same view of you, exposure, can make or break your career and in some cases even your personal lives. Let's take a deeper look at the PI model and see if we can find a few nuggets to improve our lives. With 100% being the total, what percentage value would you give to each element of PI? Performance, image, and exposure. When I was asked that same question, I personally gave 60% to performance, 30% to image, and 10% to exposure at that time in my career. I worked really hard and performed well, and a few people noticed. I was always aware of my image, dressing always for the job that I wanted and not for the job that I had. But to be truthful, I was a bit clueless when it came to the exposure factor. But what the trainer and Harvey Coleman actually noted to be the appropriate value for each element was 60% exposure, 30% image, and 10% performance. For the most part, the performance component is assumed. Hey, a man don't work, don't eat. You have to perform well on your duties, whether it's as a father, on your job, or as a spouse. You really have to understand that before you can truly identify the importance of the exposure and the image component. Let's take a deeper look at the PI model to see if we can find a few nuggets to improve our lives. Performance is your ticket in. It builds your reputation and it starts your legacy. Performance is key, so make sure you make a difference, stand and deliver on your results, do everything with a sense of urgency, and always perform with integrity. Your image is the message you send before you speak. It's your attire, confidence, demeanor. Every interaction counts, so make sure they are all positive. Image equals your brand and reputation. The only way to see yourself as others is to ask. If your goal is leadership, it is helpful to take a measure of your image and compare it with the image of other successful leaders. Personal branding equals image. You are the total package. Your character, education, experiences, competencies. Your brand encompasses your image, your reputation, and the extent of your exposure. Don't think of yourself as a businessman. You are a business. Exposure can provide high career impact. It can make you visible to those who can influence your career, and it can also be enhanced by your network. With exposure, often you will have to make the first move. Get to know others on a personal level. Listen when others tell you about themselves. Don't be afraid to broadcast your successes. Be willing to lend a helping hand. But remember, exposure means you're exposed. Exposure is enhanced by networking, so continually update your contacts, keep in touch, and also remember that networking is reciprocal. So always bring something to the table when you're looking for someone to help you out. Well, folks, all this talk of pie is getting me really hungry, so I'm getting ready to bounce. But before I leave, hopefully you found this topic, the performance, image, and exposure model, beneficial, and you can add it into your toolbox as another tool to help improve your personal life as well as your career development. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the YouTube page at MBS Connect 1. Also, if you haven't done so, check us out on Facebook at our MBS Connect page and like that page. And you can also follow us on Twitter at MBS Connect. So with that, I love you, the MBS Connect family loves you, but most of all, God loves you best. So continue to fight the good fight of faith. Until the next time I see you, deuces.